build a life and business legacy on purpose through mindset, branding, marketing, sales, systems, and team so they can make an amazing impact and income and positively affect their communities worldwide. Ensure that you are sharing this show, you're subscribing, and you also are leaving us a review so we can create more amazing content around those areas to help you level up to the next level and also bring amazing guest experts that can share their knowledge and expertise with you so that you can create amazing legacy. All right, we are back at the Life School Masterclass show. Thanks so much for tuning in. And those of you that are going to be watching live and those of you that are going to watch this on replay, I am back with you with another amazing conversation and topic. This one is personal for me because I've been on a health journey. I've shared it a couple of times. So I can't wait to introduce my guest today, Coach G, and he's going to give us the complete framework. We love a good framework on this show. We love a good journey. We love to understand what are some of the step-by-step approaches that we could take to achieve our health goals. So that's what we're going to dive into today. We're going to give you, Coach G is going to give you his complete proven framework system that he has helped so many women achieve their health goals, to achieving your lifestyle health goals. And I think it's important to highlight the lifestyle part, because as entrepreneurs, we understand that anything that we want to sustain, so that we can have the strength and the resilience to build a legacy business is something that we want to keep it, for as a lifestyle. So Coach G, welcome to the Life School Masterclass show. Can't wait. So excited to have you here.
Alona, thank you so much for this awesome opportunity. I've been, following your podcast for quite some time, and it's surreal that I'm actually on an episode. It's a real honor and privilege, and I'm excited for us to dig deep into some questions and hopefully give the audience today some value and some tips to take away to improve their health, improve their lives, and also get closer to their health and fitness goals as well.
Absolutely. Well, I love your energy. It's so, I could just already tell how passionate you are about the work that you do. So I'm also very honored to have you a part of the show today. So let's start with, I usually start off my guests with, some of the most pivotal moments in your life that led you to the work that you are doing now. If you could sort of share that with us, because I always find that your backstory sort of dictates the passion and the persistence that you have with the work that you do today.
Yeah, what's interesting is that going throughout my journey, I was 16 years old. I'm 34 now. I didn't realize that the pain I experienced would push me toward my purpose. But when I was 16 years old, I had a really tough time with eating. I had anorexia nervosa for around a decade, and finding that out that led me to discovering and wanting to really immerse myself into learning as much as I could about nutrition and fat loss and building muscle mass and just becoming healthy. And so through going through a decade of schooling and getting a master's degree and also becoming a dietitian, that was a pivotal point for me. When I learned so much, I sacrificed a lot and invested even more to really want to give back to our community and to all those who helped me out. And that's really what led me to wanting to start a business in 2012 and to help people who were either struggling with things that I did or different things pertaining to achieving their health and fitness goals. And so it's been a long journey. I've learned so much about helping women lose body fat and also men too. But as you know, Luna, we've pivoted our business. We have an amazing team across the US, and we primarily work with women right now, helping them lose body fat in a very healthy and sustainable way through our very unique framework that we call phasic dieting.
Yeah, and I love that. And that's actually why I asked that question, because I always find that through our challenges in life and the things that we maybe have put more life experience into, whether it's personal or professional, they just become our vocation. And then once we figure out certain things that we feel is going to help other people, we turn into purpose-driven entrepreneurs. We turn that into our mission, our business, and we use entrepreneurship as that channel to make this impact and to do more good in the world through the work we're doing. And I know health is such an important area. I always share it here very often that, without health, we cannot build our wealth, right? And
Exactly.
money in good hands always does good things. We can contribute that towards meaningful things. And when you wake up every day doing meaningful work, it's a complete different life. So
Absolutely.
that's what, yeah, that's, I love that you shared that. This has now turned into your vocation, so it's your mission. It's empower women to make this a lifestyle and achieve their health goals. Really, really important. So, Coach G, let's dive right in. And by the way, before I we go into the topic today, I think what you lead with, which is nutrition, is so, so powerful. Because now, I mean, I study neuroscience in the aspect of business and how our mind works and all of that, but we understand that our nutrition is 80% of the
Mm,
goals that we achieve. And I'm all about working smart, not hard, and
yes.
working on a strategy that can help us achieve our goals. So I can't wait to kind of hear you share the science behind where is it that we start. So let's
Yeah.
start with, based on your experience, what are some of the people that start at the beginning? They're maybe, they're looking to lose weight. I think that's a big, pain point for a lot of people.
Yeah.
They're looking to feel more energetic. So where is it that you start with them? What is it that we need
Yeah.
to know?
Absolutely. And I would say the reason why we focus mainly on nutrition, going along with what you said, Alona, is because we know that research repeatedly shows that people who depend on exercise solely to lose body fat, to tone up, to transform those lives, that's just not enough to really understand what to do to sustainably change their lives, their health. And that's absolutely important as well. But nutrition, as you mentioned, is so, so important. So when it comes to helping a woman or even a man, I say women because we work with women, help them understand exactly what they need to do. I truly believe that has to be personalized to the person because everyone is different with goals, height. Their height is different, their weight is different, their lifestyles are different as well. And especially as a busy entrepreneur, we all live different lives, different schedules. We're all very high performers where we need really quick, easy, fast things to do. And so it really kind of starts with knowing exactly what your goals are and what type of plan will fit best within your parameters of what you know will work for you and the schedule you have laid out. I think a lot of people try to fit their lifestyles into a fad diet or a structured extreme approach, which will get them results for a short time. But unfortunately, and one thing that I'm very passionate about is I really want to make sure that the women that we're investing in that we're helping them get results for a lifetime and not just for a season, because it's hard enough to lose weight, but it's even more difficult to lose weight 2, 3, 4, 5 times throughout a year because it wasn't done in a very personalized and proper way that first attempt.
Yeah, and you also didn't learn the skills along the way. I could so relate with that based on what you said, personalized towards your journey, your health goals, right? Because I'm a big believer that through life experience is how we learn. So if we learn the right way to go about this, then we never have to diet again, right? We just understand that it's just we have the awareness, we have the tools that we're looking for, we have the skills, we have the habits, which is all
Yes.
connected
Yes.
together, and then we can just continue and improve our health and achieve our goals, but maintain it and feel good about that. Because as entrepreneurs, a lot of us are building personal brands.
Yeah.
For this show, a lot of people that watch are service-based entrepreneurs. It's all connected. When you want to show up to make the impact that you want to make, the way that you feel about yourself, if you have an indication, and everybody's different, right? So you have to find that authentic, inner voice that's leading you. But if you feel that you could be a better version of yourself health wise as well, and take this whole holistic approach to life rather than, not only business success, but also relationships, health, all these other areas that are all going to make us a fulfilled person. It's important that, confidence wise, we feel the better
Mm.
version of ourselves, health wise as well. So I can relate to
Absolutely.
what you said with that.
Yeah, and I think it's so important to invest in ourselves first, to really take care of ourselves first, because we know that when we're the best selves, when we're our best selves, we can give our best selves to those we serve in our communities and those we help. And one of the biggest things I've learned throughout helping women lose body fat is it's just not all about the diet phase. The diet phase, and in fact, this is one thing that I'm probably most passionate about is losing body fat in a healthy way. Going throughout my own journey of helping thousands of women lose body fat, I've learned that in order to keep weight off, we must focus on what we do after the diet. And so people think that in order to lose body fat, we have to be healthy and sustainable and like do healthy habits throughout the dieting phase. And that is important, but it doesn't matter what you do throughout the dieting phase or throughout what we call the fat loss phase. It doesn't matter what you do throughout those phases if you're not being aware of what you do after that phase. Because, as we talked about yesterday, Ilona, dieting decreases our metabolism. And so when we don't take time to re-increase our metabolic rate and get out from a lower calorie level, that can just make it a lot more difficult to keep off the weight we lost. And that's what I want for all the women that we work with is just sustainable habits and to be their best selves so they can feel like their best selves, best, most confident selves, to really be their best in their workplace with their coworkers, colleagues, etc., to do the best with the God-given mission that has been given to them throughout time.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's actually what attracted me because you've been in my community for a while. I think we're missing the bigger picture because we're grabbing different, it's like business, we know we need to market. So we kind of grab one thing here and one thing there, but we don't always have that bigger foundational piece to understand like there's a way to get from here to here. And I feel like that's what you do with your work. And that's kind of what attracted me because I'm a big picture big picture person. So I feel like me personally as well, you hear all these different things, but you don't know how to go about it. But you've actually connected the dots for people. So
Yeah.
there is actually phases or processes that people go through to get
Yes.
to the results that they're looking for and make those results sustainable. Because again, we just go off of our need for losing weight, but we don't know there's actually steps to maintaining our our healthy weights and the way that we look and feel. So let's dive right into that. So your
Yeah.
process, your framework, what are those phases that people need to understand that this is more than just losing weight?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked that. So the 4 different phases that we have in our phasic dieting system, the first one is the fat loss phase. So it's very important to note that this phase typically lasts between 16 and 12 to 16 weeks. We've noticed that when women diet for 5, 6, 7, 8 months, it not only makes it more difficult to continue losing body fat, but it makes it a lot more difficult to keep that weight off because the body does not know that we're trying to lose body weight. It sees there's a threat to our survival. So it would do everything in its power possible to make your journey a lot difficult if it thinks that there's something harmful happening. So that's why we break apart fat loss phases in 3 to 4 months versus 5 to 6 or like 10 months. And so that's the first phase. First phase is the fat loss phase. Your main goal is to focus on losing body fat, maintaining muscle mass, even gaining muscle mass too. And that's one thing that maybe many people don't realize is that you can actually gain muscle mass in a fat loss phase as well. Not optimally, but it does happen. And then since dieting decreases our metabolic rate, so dieting, when we reduce calories, it reduces our metabolism. When we get to our goal weight, we have a very suppressed metabolism. And so I kind of say that when our calories are the lowest, our metabolism is the slowest. And that's why weight regain is so easy, because after a diet, many people will go and like maybe have like a cheat meal or like go out to eat. And because their metabolic rates are so low, it's so easy to regain weight. And so that's why we put so much emphasis on that post dieting phase. We call that phase the metabolic reset phase. Essentially, it works to reset your body's metabolism. And we do so by slowly and strategically increasing calories little by little over time while decreasing cardio, because we want to transition that person to a more of a lifestyle approach. Because at the end of a fat loss phase, the number of calories that you're at, which is fairly low, and the amount of cardio you're doing to get that goal, it's not sustainable. But we do want to get to a sustainable place. And we do so by transitioning throughout a 6 to 8 week metabolic reset phase. And I would even argue that the number one reason why so many women are stuck in yo-yo dieting, in a yo-yo dieting cycle, is because they don't spend time re-increasing their metabolism after dieting. And so that phase is there to reset your metabolism, to help you increase your fat loss potential. And then once you get to a higher calorie level, your hunger is down, your cravings are down. The next phase is the maintenance phase. This phase is super, super important because the main goal of this phase is to essentially reset your body's set point. And the reason why this is so important is because your body is always trying to get you back to where it's most comfortable. And in our ancestral days, like having more body fat meant that you're more comfortable and you have a higher chance of survival, right? In case a famine came, it knew that, hey, I can survive for 2 weeks off of no food. And so your body's always trying to push you back to a heavier weight because that means that, hey, you're gonna survive. But the key here is the maintenance phase says, hey, we lost 20, 30, 40 pounds, right? We're down 15% body fat, but our calories are higher. We're not being as active as you were, so there's no threat to our survival. We have plenty of food coming in, so that tells the body, let's reset our set point. We're in a new, normal, healthy place, and right when we do that, alone, the next and final phase is intuitive eating. So getting back into a place where you're not tracking calories, not weighing out food to maintain your body weight. And that's so important because I don't believe that as humans that we should have to track calories for the rest of our lives. And that's another thing that a lot of people believe is that once you start tracking calories, that you have to keep doing it. But there is a method and a process in getting out of that calorie tracking approach to live your life at your goal body fat percentage, eating more calories, doing less cardio, and not having to track calories every single day.
Wow, it's an art and a science, isn't there? I mean, I love the way you broke that down because I really did feel before I found a lot of your content that, we didn't always have all the rest of the pieces of the puzzle to really understand that, this is a journey. This is a journey that we grow through personally as well in this area. But how important is it to put ourselves under this process so that we learn how to come out on the other side and learn how to better eat. And I love the intuitive eating because it aligns with intuitive, alignment with business as well, because I also find that building a business is a very intuitive process. But sometimes you have to go through the fundamental pieces so that you get on the other side when you can access your intuition. So I completely can relate how this can also be very applied to growing your business as well. So
Yes.
I think it's food for thought there. I love everything you shared so far. Coach G, what about practical tips? I have an audience of very ambitious entrepreneurs building a legacy business. So you could imagine every phase and stage, new challenges, decision making. Who do I need what do I need to focus on at this phase and stage to move forward, my projects to get me to the next level and all of that. So there's these entrepreneurs here are always, focused on their business, because even if you're not, I find that because it's your life's purpose, it becomes life. And I honestly don't know the difference sometimes between my personal life and my business. So we're always trying to figure that out, but that's a different topic for a different conversation. But what are some of the, healthy habits that we can just, they might just be, probably around our fingertips. So because we don't have that focus, we can, we can start implementing on our own to kind of give ourselves the healthy side of things while we still are focused on building our business.
Yeah, so three main things. I'd say number one of the most easiest things that we can do to bring more awareness, especially for women who are men too, who are struggling with losing body fat, bringing awareness to our calorie intake is so important. And then one of the easiest ways you can do to figure that out is to download a calorie tracking app like MyFitnessPal or maybe even My Macros Plus. There's a few different out there, but that one simple tool can bring a lot of awareness to how much that we're really eating. And the reason why it's so important is because we know fat loss comes down to being in a calorie deficit, and everyone has their own unique goals. And I have some videos on how to figure out your calorie goals as well. But I'd say number one, if you're not tracking calories, if you're not losing body weight and body fat, that's one great place to start. Also, number two, and as we spoke of yesterday, Alona, protein is the most important macronutrient for fat loss. Protein is found in foods like chicken and turkey and lean ground beef and fish and even like Greek yogurt. So it's so important because it helps us maintain muscle mass. It helps us stay fuller longer as well, and also helps us burn more calories throughout the day too. So those two things are most important. We have our clients focus on the big blocks that will give our clients the best result over time. So by doing the least, but getting the most. And also, one of my favorite things is, and I personally think that one of the most underrated forms of cardio for fat loss is walking. So as busy entrepreneurs, we don't have time to go to the gym every single day for an hour, right? And so we've helped our clients and our women find fat loss success in simply walking more, taking more steps throughout the day, and helping them find easy ways to be more active that does not involve going to the gym 5 days a week. Because if you're like, I mean, as I'm sure most people are, it's very hard to find time in their day to put towards purposeful activity. But when you use your lifestyle to your advantage, you can find easy ways to lose body fat without sacrificing that special time that you need to put towards your business.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I those are all amazing tips because sometimes it's just giving us area of focus and priority. I mean, we learned this in business. We got to focus on the right things to get the
Yes.
right results, right? So I think you just shared that with us as well to focus on your protein and tracking. Being mindful, purposeful. I love they use that word. I use that with business, right? Purposeful activity, purposeful
Yes.
focus to get you to achieve the results that you're looking for. So yeah, I mean, I find that when I set intentions, then I can find, ways how to organize my day to day. But unless you
Yeah.
know what you're going for and you have that lack of clarity, then we just kind of go into mindless habits. For me, it was like
Mhm.
emotion eating for a while. I
Yeah.
would eat my feelings through the journey of up and downs of entrepreneurship because I wanted to
Yes.
change my state, right? And I didn't
Right.
always know how to stay, how to feel my feelings, so to speak. So there's a lot of
Right.
inner work that goes through that. But I love
Absolutely.
that there's knowing. I mean, I'm a big education person. I like if I have the awareness and I have the experience, then I know how to align my life activities because as entrepreneurs we make our own schedules, right?
Yes.
I mean, we're gonna just start planning for quarter two, right? And I usually plan for my 3 months, just like I would do the year. If health goals is part of my priority for that 3 months or a new habit that I'm trying to develop, then it's just up to us to kind of plug it in our calendar. Our calendar is our boss, so that we make it work. Just like we need to schedule time for ourselves, we need to schedule time for family, and all the other business activities come around that. So I think if we're intentional, we can definitely do it. It's just a matter of not always knowing what to focus on because
Right there.
based on
Yes. Yes.
experience, I'm like, well, what do I do? Like, do I work out more? Do I go out more to eat? Do I drink more
Right.
water? Like all
Yes.
the Google advice. Do I,
Yes.
uh, what is it that I do, right? But I think
Right.
the personalized option that you give is a big win because anything, even in coaching, anything personalized, meeting people where they are, they're
Yes.
always going to get 80% more results. It's already it's statistics that online, right? So I think that's really, really important. Well, Coach G, I want to thank you. We've actually reached the end of our show. I try to keep in within a 20-minute to 30-minute time frame. I mean, there's
Perfect.
so much wisdom that you shared with us. And I would love to ask you at the end of the show for a final message from your school of life. We could stay in
Mm.
the health arena for sure in this
Yeah.
area. If you would like to give us something that, you want to leave people with, a final message from you.
Yes, I think the biggest thing, and probably from the biggest mistakes I see people make when it comes to improving their life, improving their health, is a couple of things. Number one, like don't overlook the importance of sleep, especially as busy entrepreneurs, because sleep can affect the way you eat, what you eat, and how active you are. And so, when it comes to wanting to change your health habits, sleep to me is probably one of the most important things for overall health, along with just keeping things very simple and sticking to the basics, like we talked about yesterday, because the basics, just like in business, aren't broken, and those who can be consistent with those over time and are persistent enough to stay the course will get results if they're consistent. I believe that everyone listening to this podcast, especially since they know you, they're doing exactly that, and that's just some advice I think that could. It's never maybe a bad thing to say that again for those who may be struggling with where they're at in their journey right now.
Yeah, consistency is key, and staying loyal to the truths that have worked for years. I say the same thing with business. We always get distracted with the new things that we can do to grow it, but the fundamentals always remain:
Yeah,
conversations, networking, build, relationships. The fundamentals are always the fundamentals. And sometimes we
100%.
shy away from those, but we need to always come back to them, because those are the things that are going to help us move forward for sure. And Coach G, where is it that people can find? I know you have amazing testimonials, by the way. You have helped so
Yeah.
many clients, so many women. Where is it that people can connect with you further to continue this conversation?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram quite a bit. It's at Tandem Nutrition. We have a lot of free resources that we try to give out every single week. So you could join us there. And I'd love to answer any questions you have, especially if you're from Ilona's group or network. Would love to make sure that you get all your questions answered as best as possible to help you along your journey. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here today. It's a true honor. And I wish you the best as you continue this amazing podcast, impacting so many lives you have already and the lives that you have yet to impact from what you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach G. And I'm definitely going to follow you on Instagram as well, because I know you also are very a servant leader, is what I call it. You share a lot of great conversation, information, and content. And that's sort of something that, made me kind of understand a little bit. You taught me a lot. Like, there's a lot of key takeaways that, because I'm a big, process person, so I need to know the big picture, and you do that through your work. So I think you have an
Oh,
amazing, impactful process that obviously
thank you so
works,
much.
because
Thank
the
you.
testimonials speak for themselves. And
Yeah.
that's where your mission lies, and you're making such an amazing impact through your work. So thank
Oh,
you for coming on our show, and I will see you in another show. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and also what else you do? Leave a review. That's another very important part, so that we can bring more amazing guests, just like Coach G, and share our beautiful messages with all of you. Thanks so much. Have a beautiful rest of your. Are we on Tuesday today? Tuesday. Oh my gosh. Bye, everybody. Join me for a high level VIP strategy day, where we will map your high level business strategy between your branding, marketing, sales, systems, and team. And you will walk away with a very clear plan for your business for the upcoming years to come for you to build on. One of the things that most entrepreneurs are missing is the one stop shop for business strategy, where you are connecting all the dots in your business, and you can rest assured that you are staying focused and working on your business priorities at all times. Reach out to me, connect to see if you are interested in a high level VIP strategy day, and I'll give you more details. Thanks so much.